Hey Cancer, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't, as with everything. And if I don't catch your storyline here, go check your other major placements. That would be major placements are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And you can always look that, if you have your birth time and place, you can always look that up online and they can give you a detailed readout. There are many websites that do that for you. And I'm going to post pictures of the spread at the end. And I've been thinking about this. This is kind of a collaborative process, really, because I'm using my information and what I know about the cards and my intuition and all of that. I'm using that. And then you're using yours to, some of these cards are going to know exactly what I'm talking about immediately. And you're going to be filtering out the ones that you don't know anything about. Some of them will catch your eye and you'll be like, I don't know what that's about, but I might someday. And so you'll keep it in mind. And others will just be like, I don't even know. That's okay. It's all part of this process. So you're using your intuition to see what makes sense to you and what you know and understand. And I'm using mine over here. So we're collaborating, working together, teamwork. Okay, first we have secrets. We have something that you are not talking about. You could open up about it, but you're not. You've chosen not to. You're definitely thinking about it. It's right there. It's on the tip of your tongue. You might be worried that you might lose face or that people might see you in a different way and not respect you as much if you did reveal this secret or you did reveal what was going on. You might be worried about that. But this is something that's under your control. You get to open up about it when you're ready, when you feel like it. It's something you're in control of, and it's when you decide. Right now you're just thinking about it. It's sitting there on your mind. And then here we have Morning Dew Girl. So there's a little bit of grief here. A little bit. There's grief here. There's grief here. It's life. And so that's what happens when we're still alive, is we have things to grieve. Your heart's kind of still feeling something back there, looking back to the past. There's been an ending of some kind, and your heart still longs for what was before. This grief process is creating growth, though. You are growing from it. You are, your life is being fed from it. You are becoming who you're meant to be through this process. So even though there's some grief here, there's still, there's a lot of growth as well. So you're growing through this grief. And then we have weaving flowers. So this is something very intuitive, intuitions, understanding, synchronicities coming in, and it's changing your reality. It's not changing your reality. You're building something with it. You're building this little quilt of petals here, and you don't know where you're going, but it's this very intuitive process. You're just feeling your way as you go, and you are, as we were talking about this grief process here, this process, this grieving, you are growing from it, and you're building something. You're building something new, maybe a new way of viewing the world, a new way of being in the world. You're building on this grief, or on this, you're building out of what's going on here in the real world, something physical. I don't think you even know where you're going with this. You don't understand where you're going with it, but all the messages you're getting and all the you're putting something together, and it's going to have some sort of effect in the real world. You might have something in the past that you've just not talked about, but it weighs heavily on you. And you've kind of maybe gone through a private grief process. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay, well, this is a different reading than that one. And we move on. So privately, you're grieving something, possibly. But in your recent past, you have the Chariot. You have things coming together It's always this deck and this light do not work well together. So we have these two chariots, sort of a matching salt and pepper set here, and they're going far together. They're going, when they're in sync, they're in sync. This reminds me of a three-legged race. When you're in sync, you can go really fast. When you're not in sync, everybody's falling all over, and it's much funnier that way, but you don't win that way, right? But this is just fast movement, things happening quickly, things that you wanted to happen quickly. Everything just kind of came together and moved very quickly. He's got a magic wand here, so there's a little bit of the magician aspect to it. I used to feel like, sometimes I feel like this is a time machine, or just all of a sudden, just movement. There was a lot of movement. And in your present situation, here's the star. This might actually be physically moving too. In your present situation, you have the star card. This is the cheerleader card. She is both comfortable, so the cheerleader card can go two ways. She can be both comfortable being in the spotlight. Maybe there was some quick fame, some quick rise to notoriety in your community, something happened and you were praised. And so she can be, being able to bear that bright light of the spotlight, like this light right here, being able to bear that, the attention of so many people. So the star card can be being a star, interacting with a star-like quality, rising star. But also the star card can be the cheerleader, the cosmic cheerleader, who's there to say, yes, you're doing it right. So the cheerleader both bears the full force of attention and light from the crowd, but the cheerleader also is there to cheer on the players and to help the crowd cheer on the players. So someone may be cheering you on, and life may just be like, yes, you're exactly where we want you to be. You're right on the path. You're getting confirmations here, which can be a lot of these sort of intuitive hits and synchronicities. I always think of synchronicities as confirmations that I'm on the right path, I'm on the right track. And so that's what this could be, just getting a lot of confirmations right now that, yes, you're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly where you need to be. So this morning I woke up and my first thought, oddly, was I do not actually want that massage I have scheduled today. I have never not wanted a massage in my life, but I just woke up and I was like, I really don't feel like doing that. And not even a minute later, they called me and told me it was canceled because my massage therapist was sick. And I thought, that is a funny synchronicity. Like, I literally have never in my life thought I don't want a massage today. And then it happened. It was very exciting too. Who gets excited about their massage getting canceled? But it was very cool. Anyway, so synchronicity, and I was like, see, I wasn't meant to, that. No questions here. Not meant to have a massage today for some reason, for some unknown, absolutely befuddling, not even possible to understand logically reason that happened today. So synchronicity is exactly where you need to be. Something happened very quickly, got you right where you needed to be. Your star rose, and this kind of fame and attention can be local, can be, just among our friends and our communities and that kind of thing. It doesn't have to be like on the main global stage. And then what's going on inside is this internal cup. It's the Seven of Cups, this internal card. It's the Seven of Cups. This is about inner demons. So you may have been very successful, but you might have some imposter syndrome, some belief that you don't deserve this success. You didn't earn it. You didn't work for it. You don't deserve this. There's some sort of self-doubt or maybe even overwhelm in your, you can't see it. Let's see. Can you see? Does that make it? There you go. There's your inner demon right there. See, he's all in those cups right there. All your emotional cups. You got this little inner demon in here. That little sucker's gonna dump something over. So you're thinking about revealing something. Oh, and look at this. We have the secret card here. You are thinking, and then we have the mask. Did you see the mask? This needs to be revealed. This is connected to this inner demon. Something needs to be revealed. And it's connected to your inner demon. So that's on your mind, is revealing something, wanting something to be revealed. And this sort of, without revealing it, it's just kind of wreaking havoc in your subconscious, in your subconscious or in your conscious. It's just your inner demon. With these other cards, I see like some sort of self-sabotage, overwhelm. You could be overwhelmed by the rapidness of this success or how fast things are moving all of a sudden. But there's also the secret card. So I'm thinking that there's something that I think you'd feel better if you revealed it. Always be cautious and careful with that, because you kept it a secret for a reason. Not everybody's safe to talk about, and you know that. So that's why we keep secrets, is usually not out of malice. Sometimes it is, but oftentimes it's just we've learned early on that not everybody's safe, and it's true, not everybody's safe. Maybe more people are safer than you think to talk to about it, but it could also be that you're well aware. But you may be wanting to unburden yourself of something, because keeping the secret is wreaking havoc on your inner life. And oftentimes these secrets, once we initially talk about them, once we get them out in the open, and once they see the bright light of day, they're like little vampires. They suck our energy, they suck us dry. But if they were ever to be exposed to the daylight of a good therapist's office or somebody else, if they were ever be exposed to that light, they would crumble. They crumble to ash, these secrets that we hold and we keep. So this demon, I think, can be taken care of, but you might have to reveal a secret. Be very careful with doing that, who you do that with. Not everybody's going to be safe to do that with. What's at issue here is this Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups is typically your intuition calling you forward. There's more to life than this. Come on. This is the hardest part of the journey. This reminds me of washing dishes, and how the first, I always wash the easy ones first. And then I always end up, well, as you do, and then you let the harder ones soak for a little while, but they're still going to be hard. There's some scrubbing involved. So this is sort of like the wish fulfillment, or the things that you want that are going to involve some elbow grease and some scrubbing. This path, I don't know if you can see it with this bright light shining in our faces here, but here we have the moon calling your intuition, and you have this narrow path along this cliffside. And it's calling to you, and this journey to get these additional 2 cups. I mean, why can't you be happy with 8 cups? Nobody knows why you're not happy with 8 cups, but you want the 2 extra cups. Those going to be maximum fulfillment. You want that, and so you're willing to go on a bit of a treacherous journey. Except this is in reverse, so you may be not listening to your intuition, not wanting to go on this treacherous journey. You may be talking yourself into, 8's enough. I don't need to do a bunch of extra work. I don't need to be going out here in this dangerous path on these cliffs I could fall off of. This intuition may be calling you, maybe coming in, these intuitive hits to do something in reality. And you might be resisting that. This is resisting your intuition, resisting the call for greater fulfillment, for something more fulfilling. So there's some resistance to that going on here. In your environment, you have this Ace of Cups. You have love being offered to you. It could be platonic, family, friends, and also, romantic love being offered here. There's love here. There's love around you. You may not be able to experience it. You may be having difficulty accessing it. You may not feel worthy of it, but there's a lot of love around you. A lot of people love you, whether you're aware of that or not. And I would encourage you, of course, to build your awareness and your ability to accept that love, and build a bigger cup to accept love, because as we've discussed before, your cup, you can only accept as much love as your cup, as you allow your cup to be big. So you have a small cup, that cup gets full of love, and you may see someone next to you with more in their cup, but their cup's bigger, right? And either they were born into a family or in a situation that allowed them to have a bigger cup, or they've done a lot of work to make sure there's a bigger cup. You may be getting the same amount of love being poured into you, but yours just overflows, and you'll only ever have as much in your cup as your cup can hold, right? So this is about an overflowing cup. There's more love than you know here. There's more love and compassion surrounds you, more than you know, and more than you might even be able to accept right now. Your to-do list is this Ace of Swords. This is This could be revealing the secret if you think it's helpful. This is bringing in truth and communication. So if that's not revealing a secret, I don't know what is. This is bringing in truth and communication, an epiphany, a sudden understanding, a sudden realization. So Ace of Swords, the beginning of maybe a new thought process, a new way of seeing things, a new way of viewing things, a new communication. All around you, you have this Ace of Cups. You're surrounded by love. There is love around you. You are loved. Your environment is full of love and affection. And your to-do list is Ace of Swords. So we have Ace of Cups here, and then we have Ace of Swords here. This is this revelation, this epiphany, this understanding, this clarity suddenly comes in. You see it. You see it very clearly. You understand what you need to do. You understand what you need to say. It all comes in very clearly here. It almost looks like to me like a lock picking. Almost this crown is this moon here, and here's the lock. And yeah, you can't see that on this light. Sorry, that was just not going to work out this time. So in your near future, a possible outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. This is patience, waiting. The seeds have been sown. And you are waiting for the harvest. You're waiting for a ripening. You've done the work. Having done the work with whatever monster you have in this subconscious here, having done the work to expand your cup so that you can receive all the love around you, having done the work to bring your truth and your clarity and your communication into the world, having done all of that work, then you will enter a waiting stage of patience. These Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords, I have another deck where they're like seeds of cups and seeds of swords, right? And they're seeds, and they've just been planted, and now you get to wait for them to come to fruition. But first you got to plant them. And this is the patience, Seven of Pentacles, the patiently waiting for your fruits, the fruits of your labors to come in. And here you are, here's your labors too. You're building something. You've been building something with your intuition, your understanding, and your ideas. You've been building a new thing, and now it's time to, well, you're going to build it, and you're a farmer, and you're going to work hard, and then you're going to sit there with your hoe on your shoulders and wait for the dawn. Wait for the fruits of your labors to come in, because the dawn always rises for 1 trillion more years. So you're going to wait for that dawn? No, you're not going to wait 1 trillion years. All right, Cancer, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, comments, and subscribes. I very much appreciate them, and I hope you have a wonderful week.